Hey there, it's Derek here with Pacific Coast Auto in Japan, and this here is a 1998 Land Cruiser 100 series that we bought from auction here in Japan for export over to Canada. Kind of weird, the 100 series now is legal for the USA, making it a very popular model to be imported. This one here, 4.7 liter, is the 2UZ engine, which is like an alteration of the 1UZ, the Celsior engine, the next version of it. That's how Toyota does it. The 1 would be for the first gen, 2 for the second gen, 3 for the third gen, and so on. This one here, very low mileage, just 89,000 original kilometers, which is really low. The overall condition is fantastic of this vehicle. You'll see as we go through the review of it. It just has one kind of big standout issue, which is a paint problem, and more on that in a second. So first off, let's go over the auction inspection sheet. This is the information given to us from the seller and from the auction inspector. So it's a 98 Land Cruiser VX Limited, auction grade 3.5 with an interior B, 89,688 kilometers at the time of auction. Of course, automatic transmission. Manuals in this are available, but extremely, extremely rare. I think I've only seen 2 of them. Automatic AC, sunroof, alloy wheels, power steering, power windows, ABS, and airbag. And honestly, with a vehicle this large, automatic transmission does make sense. The 100 series is at least a bigger feeling vehicle than the 80 series, has the softer suspension. Well, in this case here, it's air suspension. By the way, the air suspension is in the up setting. And that one over there has the air suspension in the mid setting. I know that's a late model, but it is still a 100 series, so you can have a good look there at the suspension difference. I suspect you gain about 2 centimeters or so. It's not really that, maybe 3 centimeters. Not really that big of a difference, but if you are going to be 4x4 and you've got that setting for you, and then of course, yes, you can get them with spring suspension, in which case you can't set the height at the flip of a switch. Okay, this one here, the seller says, comes with a keyless extra key, has some camping parts inside. I'll more on that in a sec. Toll collection box for Japanese highways. Sunroof, I already kind of went over these ones. Camping kit is as is and has not been checked. Okay, now the report here, this is the important part. It says seats have covers on them, winter tires on it, door mirror covers scratched. Hood damper doesn't work. That's why the hood was down when I first started shooting it, actually. It will hold the hood up, but on a windy day, it'll blow itself down. And then various scratches and dents, windshield rock chip. Windshield rock chips I never really point out because they're itty bitty and they don't even go all the way through the windshield. They'll be like 0.5 millimeter to 1 millimeter in size. If it does say crack, then I'll show you that on here. And then various dirtiness on the interior, which you'll see it's very clean, actually. And then it says A2 on the front bumper is really the only body marks. And that's like right here. So there's like a little chip in the bumper. And then that's it. Now about the paint, you can see here I highlighted it. The body left and right sides have various clear coat scratches. Clear coat scratches is a form of paint fade and needs to be repainted to fix it. You can see it on this mirror. It looks like a bunch of scratches, but it's actually it's faded paint. We have some in various places. There's some here, here, here. And what it is the hard water rain here in Japan actually hurts the paint. And then when it gets cooked by the sun after it gets rained on, it tends to fade it. There's some in here and in here as well. And then it's like a breakdown of the paint underneath the clear coat. And it really depends on the lighting. Like there is some here, but you won't be able to see it very much because it's not shining on it at the moment. And there you can see it. And unfortunately, there are a number of places on the car. Mostly what I've shown you. I don't think I found anything on the rear doors or the rear quarters or the front fenders. Well, the one on here, yes. The one coming down off of the antenna. Water collects here and comes down. Yeah, unfortunately, an annoying problem. You have to repaint it. That said, the vehicle's in like 10 out of 10 condition, except for that. Well, 9 point something condition. It really is an extremely good Land Cruiser. So let's have a look at it. I'll go once around so you can see all of the body panels and see how clean they are. Land Cruiser 100 series is now a classic Land Cruiser. It's funny, when I first moved to Japan, this was, let's see, 2006. So during that time, I believe that this was the newest Land Cruiser that you could import, or that you could buy, I mean. Then the 200 series came out. Jungle time. JDM jungle time. 200 series still is very popular here, and then the 300 series just came out. And do be careful, the US just got a new Land Cruiser, and it's called the Land Cruiser 250. That's actually the Prado. That's the light-duty Land Cruiser. I heard the US is getting the 300, the proper full-size Land Cruiser, but I don't know if it has been announced as to when that's coming out. But I've heard other people, other YouTubers and such, just calling it the Land Cruiser instead of the light-duty or 250 series or something like that. And these ones are the big boys. Big boy there, big boy there. There's another big boy in the back there. Is that all the Land Cruisers we have today? It is. Okay, so you get a fender mirror on these early models. The fender mirrors come unpainted. You also get an unpainted grille. It has the chrome surrounds, but it's unpainted. There's a little bit of fade on the Toyota badge. And then you get headlight washers. These are glass headlights, so they don't fade, but the insides do. It's supposed to be nice and chromy in there, but it's a little bit dull, as you can see. I'll just compare it to this one over here. And yes, while it is a late model, it still has the same kind of look. So you can see it's supposed to be like a mirror image inside the headlight, and the ones on the other one weren't. Okay, so the back here, this one has the, this is the VX model. And so it's the upper trim level, and as such you get a different back end here. You don't have the rear mount spare tire, which you can on some of them. When it comes with the rear mount spare tire, you don't get a light here, you only get a half light. But these higher trim ones get the full light because it is a little bit more expensive. Because it's a Land Cruiser, and because Land Cruisers have always done that, except for the 300 series, got rid of it, you have a two-part back hatch, so hatch and a tailgate, which, yes, it's a Land Cruiser thing. From the 40 series had it. 50 series, I don't know, but 60 had it, 70 had it, 80 had it, 100, this one here has it, 200 series had it. All the comfort models of the Land Cruiser. And a fully carpeted tailgate, so that's cool. Here's your camping kit, and basically this is just a tax dodge. If your car is a camper, or you register it as a camper, then you get cheap taxes. We're talking about like a quarter of the price. You want to tax this, it's probably about, let's see, $1,200 a year for road tax, and then probably about $2,000 every 2 years, including a little bit of maintenance that you would need in order to pass the inspection. So not cheap to run a Land Cruiser here in Japan, so they are very much a richer person's vehicle. Road tax isn't so much of a thing in North America. I don't know if any states do it, but yeah. As such, the $500 per year that you have to spend on this, or I'm sorry, around $1,000 a year you'd have to spend on this for road tax, you can get that down to like $200 if you put a camping kit in here. So here's your bed. That checks off the box for the bed. You would normally have a cabinet, but it's been taken out. Or maybe this is your cabinet down here. You need a sink. And you need a stove. Here's your sink. This is a Land Cruiser camper, boys and girls. So yeah, you get a sink. And yeah, they're not real camping bits. They're not really even usable. It's basically just for the cheaper insurance. Which is, I don't know, it's kind of sneaky, kind of underhanded. It is what it is, though. Put that up and put that down. The body doesn't have anything else to talk about, so it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video than usual. OEM wheels on it. The tires are now a 5-year-old tire. Barely any tread has been worn off of them. They still have probably 80 or 90% of their tread. So this one here is a fabric interior one. Most of the ones here in Japan are fabric interior. The leather ones are really quite rare. But this one has been set up with a set of Clausio seat covers. Usually a set of seat covers is about $300 or $400, depending on the car. And there it is. It's nice. The important part, if you don't like these seat covers, I think these are good. I think many seat covers are not good. I think these ones are good. The seats underneath, because of the seat covers, are going to have been kept in really nice condition. And so even if you don't want to run the seat covers because of bunchy fabric and pillows that don't go in all the way, you'll still have some really good seats underneath. So this back section here, oh, this is a gasoline one. By the way, gasolines usually have 3 rows. Those seats have been taken out. And the 3-row would have 7 seats. This one now has 5 seats, just like the diesels. All the diesel ones were 5-seaters. All the gasoline were 7-seaters. I'm not sure why Toyota did that, but it was the case for the... I don't know about the 60. I think so. I think that's the case for the 60, 80, 100, 200, and now 300 is also like that. You get triple cup holders here, which is good for people who want to drink 3 drinks at the same time, or if you have 3 people all drinking 1 drink at the same time. It is a little bit of a reach for somebody sitting here to grab their drink up there. No drinks in the flip-down pillow. But there is an ashtray, so your kids can smoke. I'm not promoting your children smoking, but if they really need one, they really need one, right? Doors, nice and large, very comfortable to use. The grip is great. It's very sturdy. The materials are nice and hard wearing, like they're not going to wear out pretty quickly. It's not every manufacturer that gets the door cards right, and the Land Cruiser did. And it's not only the door cards that are like that. The whole vehicle has that Toyota got it right feeling on pretty much everything. Nothing's really fancy. It's just robust, dependable, going to last you a long time, very reliable, very well built. And that's been Land Cruiser's thing, right? Floor mats are nice and clean. Steering wheel has barely any wear on it. It's perforated leather and solid leather at the top. I'll pop the key in so you can see. The folding mirror here doesn't work. See, press the button. You can see that one over there folded in. This one didn't. Doesn't make any sounds or anything either. Gauge set, pretty boring, all things considered, but it is a Land Cruiser, so you don't care. Has this put onto the dashboard. It also has a rear view camera integrated into the mirror. If you don't like that, you can just unclip it. Sometimes it's really nice to have that at nighttime, because usually the image that you get is clearer than the blindness of the headlights from behind you. You get a CD player, a tape deck. All the buttons feel chunky and good to press. Nice and high quality. No Japanese radio for you. The AC works. It's not climate control AC in this one. It's just set your speed. I actually don't mind this. I don't really like the one where it's like, which temperature would you like? I always find myself overriding the fan speed at the very least. Rear AC, so you can set the fan on for that as well. This one has a locking center differential, but it doesn't have the optional locking front and rear differentials. If you are interested in locking differentials, just know that the way that we purchased through the auction makes it a little bit challenging to get ones like that. And it's a lot more effort, actually, on your part. This one has adjustable suspension for height and for dampening. And then the automatic transmission shifts nice and well. The e-brake works. The power steering is good. The brakes feel good. It feels like a nice, well-maintained vehicle. While it has been smoked in, the smell inside is a 1 out of 10 in terms of cigarette smell. And you get 2 different cigarette lighter adapter hookups, so you can plug in 2 things there. 2 cup holders here, as well as 2 hidden cup holders here, which is a little bit of a weird place to put them. How do you notch that in? Is that it? Because then you have to drive with this open, which is kind of silly. Now, whoever drove this last time liked to rest their elbow on this, and it has like sagged down a little bit, which is a little bit weird. I have seen that before. I haven't seen it a lot. This is more than most of them. Weird to see on an otherwise extremely clean car. Okay, and a sunroof. It's big and sunroofy. And 1 place to put your glasses. If you don't have the sunroof, you actually get 4 places to put your glasses. It's crazy. Okay, so I think we've seen this car as much as we need to see it, so we're going to close down the video here. If you have any questions about our process or what we do, you can check out our website. There's a link to that in the description, or you can send us an email, or you can call us here in Japan. All of our sales reps are, actually we only speak English, and we have other speakers, but not for sales, just English. Anyway, that's all for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.